Hello everyone. Today we are starting to have some online English lessons for 10th grades. So, I'm starting with Unit 8, Team 8, Digital Era. As you can see the image, it's about the digital world and the digital time we have nowadays. Era means a certain period of time. Now, in the 21st century, we are living a digital time. It is a digital age, digital era. Let's have a look at the first photo. Actually, it's an image. We see a person's hand, and in his hand there is a globe. It's the earth, we can see, or we can call it the world. The world is in a person's hand, and around the photo you can see some images which are related to the use of the internet, like sending mails or SMSs, or some attachments that we have in our emails, etc. It means that you can feel the world in your hand in this digital era, in this digital time. You can use the internet, you can communicate each other, and you can have the world in your hands, even you're at home. So, let's go on with the following page. There is a listening activity, but before we listen, we will do some kind of a survey, or we can call it a poll. Most people do it on the internet. Like, there are some online activities, and we will tick if we have an experience of them. I have already done. It means that sometime in our life we tried those activities. And in the second column, you can see I'd like to do. The things that you're planning to do in your future life, even tonight or tomorrow or in the following days or years. Or the things that we are not interested, I wouldn't like to do. You never thought of doing them, or you're not planning to do them in the future. So, listen to music. It's very easy. You can listen to music from the internet or from CDs. In the past, we used to listen them on the cassette players, or even with radios. You can listen to music with radios, internet, or CDs or DVDs. Download music. Yes, on the internet we have the chance to download some music from certain websites. Watch videos. Everybody knows that we can watch videos on the internet easily. There are some certain websites like YouTube, the most popular one, and Dailymotion, and Turkish websites also like izlesene.com or something like that. Share videos. In today's world, most people prefer sharing the videos that they like, or sometimes they share the videos of which they recorded them with their mobile phones or tablets or video cameras, etc. We share videos. Sometimes we can upload them on the internet, and sometimes we just use some applications like WhatsApp or Telegram to share videos. Share photographs. It is the same thing with sharing videos, or you can use applications, internet, etc. Share opinions. It's very important. Opinion means idea, the things in our minds, and we would like to exchange those ideas with the others. And sometimes we have groups like WhatsApp groups, or some kind of Telegram groups, or forums on the internet that we are going to study them later. That's all. We can share our ideas using the internet. Read the news. In the past, we used to read the news only on papers, but now we have two opportunities, like reading them on papers or reading them on the internet. So we mostly read the news on the internet, like we can use Twitter or some newspapers, official websites. Write blogs. Writing blogs is a way to tell your ideas to the rest of the world, actually. Not only to the friends, the family, or the people around, everybody in the world. If they have an access to internet, they can write blogs, read blogs, and they can exchange their ideas. Join discussion forums. Actually, it's not so popular in today's world, but in the past, we used to ask a lot of things to each other on discussion forums. But now, it's not so popular. People try to find the information which they need, especially on YouTube and sometimes on Google. Join chat rooms. It's not a very popular activity nowadays either, because chat rooms were very popular on the first days of the internet all around the world, actually, because they didn't have, or we didn't used to have, certain applications to find other people who have some similar ideas with us. So we were trying to find the information on these chat rooms, or just we were having fun, not only information. Sometimes we wanted to spend some funny hours with friends or online friends. We used to have chat rooms, and we used to use them. Download games. Yes, it's one of the most popular activities, especially for teenagers, but not only teenagers. Adults are also interested in downloading games and playing games. I'm also interested in them. I have a console that I play games on it, and I have some mobile games on my phone too. And it's very enjoyable for me to have online games, because there is more interaction. I want to play games online because I want to have others to interact my games. Choose avatars in games or chat rooms. Yes, avatar. It's one of the most popular topics of especially teenagers. They are very interested in creating avatars. So I can understand that, because, you know, on the internet, nobody wants to be seen like the original name, the original face, the original background. People want to have some online characters, so they prefer having avatars and creating them. So I'm doing this activity by myself because I haven't got my students around me. Listen to music, yes, I've already done. Download music, I've already done. Watch videos, yes. Share videos, sure. Share photographs, yes. Share opinions. Actually, now I wouldn't like to do them. Because in the past, I was very enthusiastic about sharing my opinions, but now I'm not so interested in them. I want to read other people's opinions, but I'm not interested sharing. Read the news, yes. Write blogs, I wouldn't like to do. I'm not interested in writing blogs. Read blogs, sometimes I'm interested in. Join discussion forums, I wouldn't like to. As I told you, in the past I was very enthusiastic about having this activities, but now I'm not interested. Join chat rooms. I wouldn't like to do. Download games. Surely I'm interested in. Some of my students know it very much. Play games. Yes, I'm interested in them. Choose avatars in games or chat rooms. I'm not so interested in this topic, but yes, I sometimes create avatars. Now, let's come to the first one. How often do you use social media? How often? You know, we answered this question like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, hardly ever, or never. How often do you use the social media? I always use the social media because I want to reach the information. Do you think you are addicted to social media? Addiction, addicted. If you're addicted, you cannot give it up. It means that. I'm not addicted, but I like it. So I can say, I don't think that I'm addicted to social media, but I'm highly interested in it. Do you know anyone who is addicted to social media? Surely. Yes, there are lots of people around me who are addicted to social media, but I don't want to tell their names now. Now, we are coming to a podcast. There are some speakers telling their opinions about social media, and we will match those speakers with the opinions. First one, speaker one. What does the speaker one want to do? Speaker two, and we can read those activities. Now, I'm trying to find the correct place for the audio, so I'll be back in a minute.
Listen to the podcast. Which speakers express a positive attitude to the use of social media? Tick them. Speaker 1.
I think the internet has changed our lives a lot, but that's not a negative change. For example, social media improves our relationships because we can keep in touch with our friends or relatives who live far away from us. In my view, social networking sites are great because they link people all over the world.
Speaker 2.
Social media is very popular these days because people can communicate in many ways. For example, people who have common interests can share their opinions and experiences through blogs, forums, or chat rooms. I believe social media will be more important in the future, so everyone should have basic computer skills. I read an article this week. It says we live in the digital era and technology is developing day by day. Therefore, we should learn more about computers.
Speaker 3.
In my view, social media doesn't bring people together, it separates them. Because people spend too much time alone. They don't go out into the real world. They don't have real contact with other people. So social media makes people less social. I believe people should spend less time on the internet. They should socialize more with people in real life.
Speaker 4.
I'm not an expert at this topic by a long shot, but as I see it, social media isn't that useful. Actually, young people are becoming more and more addicted to it. I think that's too bad. They can't stay away from social media. They interact on social networking sites all day. They have no idea how much time they waste online. They should spend their time on something better. For example, they could start new hobbies.
Speaker 5.
The way I see it, social media is important and young people are better at all social media platforms than adults. I've watched a documentary which is about technology and use of social media. It says teenagers are better users of technology. Of course that's true, because today's teenagers get to know the internet and social media when they are only 2 or 3 years old. And as they grow up, they learn more and more. For example, my cousin Gary, who is only 14 years old, can design his own tablet applications. Young people know a lot about cutting-edge technology.
Now, I'll read the sentences, and then after I read the sentences, you will match them with speakers from 1 to 5. A. People become less social because of social media. B. Young people spend too much time on social media. C. Young people are good at using technology. D. People can contact each other through social media. E. People should develop their computer skills. So, you will fill in the blanks with A, B, C, D, E. After you finish, we will start a new topic. It's stating personal opinions. It means that if you want to tell your opinions and ideas about the things which are likely to happen in the future, you say, I think, I believe, and the negative forms are I don't think, I don't believe, I guess, I suppose, in my view, in my opinion, as I see it, the way I see it, if you ask my opinion, it seems to me that. I'll give you a few examples. For example, I think it will rain today because I see there are some black clouds. I think it will rain. I believe Galatasaray will win the match, or I don't believe Galatasaray will win the match. I guess. You say I guess if you don't have any clues about future, so you use I guess this pandemic illness will finish in summer, for example. I suppose. If you say I suppose, it means that you have some thoughts, you have some predictions about future. In my view, in my opinion, as I told you before, these are very similar to each other.
Match the speakers with the technological devices in the pictures. Podcast. Match the speakers with the technological devices in the pictures. Speaker 1.
I prefer a mobile phone over the other technological devices because my mobile phone is always with me and it has lots of functions. It's so easy to get online with it. I can listen to music and watch videos. I can upload photographs. I can also check my accounts on social media. In my opinion, the mobile phone is the best technological device.
Speaker 2.
I'd rather use a smart TV than a computer because my smart TV is really enough for me. I like only watching movies and playing games on the internet, and I can do them on my TV. I don't do any other online activities. I don't like social media. Therefore, I don't need the computer. I guess I can't do without my smart TV.
Speaker 3.
I prefer a tablet over a notebook because a tablet is smaller and lighter. It's also cheaper. And I don't do much on the internet. I only read the news online. And I can do that easily with my tablet. I can follow all the latest news in my country and in the world. So I think a tablet is the best.
Speaker 4. I have to use the World Wide Web all day because of my job. and I'd rather use a notebook than a tablet, since a notebook has more powerful hardware and faster performance. It can also store more. Therefore, a notebook is the best alternative for me.
Now, we are back and let's talk about these photos. First one is a smart TV. Second one is a laptop computer. Third one is a tablet. And fourth one is a mobile phone. Now I'm reading the sentences. You will mark them as true or false. Speaker 1 prefers the device because it has many different functions. 2. Speaker 2 would rather use the device since he can use social media easily. 3. The device is more powerful and, therefore, Speaker 3 would rather use it. 4. Speaker 4 prefers the device because its performance is better. Now mark them like true or false. I'm skipping this exercise and coming to idioms and proverbs corner. There are two new idioms in this unit. First one is by a long shot. Second one is cutting edge technology. If you don't understand this expressions, please check it up in your dictionaries, online dictionaries, or classical dictionaries. I'm reading it. I'm not an expert at this topic by a long shot. A. I'm not one of the best experts at this topic. B. I'm not an expert at this topic at all, in any way. Second, young people know a lot about cutting-edge technology. A. Young people know a lot about the latest developments in technology. B. Young people know a lot about the advantages of technology. So, do this exercise and then let's come to pronunciation part. In this part, we will focus on the differences between W sound and V sound. Please repeat after me. With, away, will, weak, we, view, waste, way, when, know, news, World Wide Web. Now let's come to the differences between V sound and W sound. My mother is very patient. A vet loves animals. He puts on a thermal vest in winter. The gas left the box through the vent. My aunt makes this soup with veal. I know the first verse of this song. Now let's come to W sound. Tourists should be wary of pickpockets. I got wet in the rain. The sun sets in the west. Susan went to the airport by taxi. A bike has two wheels. My cold got worse last night. As you can observe, we have this sound in Turkish, but we don't have this sound in Turkish. We always pronounce with V, but we don't pronounce W in Turkish. Now try to catch. First one, very, wary, vet, wet, vest, west, vent, went, veal, will. Verse, was. Now I need to skip some of these parts because they are related to speaking. I hope we will do them later in our classroom. So I'm skipping speaking part, video block entry, and I'm coming to listening to. You can do these exercises at home. You don't need any help because you can just read the sentences and then you can make your answers and you can write them on your books. Now, there's a listening part that you will listen a text, I'll read it, and then you will take your pens or pencils. There are some mistakes in this paragraph. You will correct them while I read. Okay? I'll read it twice. Here we go. One of the world's most famous technology companies is preparing to launch a smartwatch this month. Experts say it's one of the best smartwatches. It has lots of different functions. You can connect it to your mobile phone or tablet via Bluetooth, and it can connect to an app store which has over 1,000 applications. In this way, you can have access to lots of information. For example, you can see text messages, emails, calls, and reports from social media accounts. You can also control music and view calendar events. You can set timers, alarms, and reminders. You can use it as a remote control for mobile phones, cameras, and home appliances like TVs. The device is waterproof, so you can wear it even when you swim. It has a 7-day battery life. It's believed to be a very popular device. Now everybody, I'm reading it again. Maybe you can correct the mistakes at the second time. One of the world's most famous technology companies is preparing to launch a smartwatch this month. Experts say it's one of the best smartwatches. It has lots of different functions. You can connect it to your mobile phone or tablet via Bluetooth, and it can connect to an app store which has over 1,000 applications. In this way, you can have access to lots of information. For example, you can see text messages, emails, calls, and reports from social media accounts. You can also control music and view calendar events. You can set timers, alarms, and reminders. You can use it as a remote control for mobile phones, cameras, and home appliances like TVs. The device is waterproof, so you can wear it even when you swim. It has a 7-day battery life. It's believed to be a very popular device. So, I think you understand because there are some mistakes that you can observe easily. So, there are some new words. You will try to look up their meanings here and match them. Now I'm reading them. Launch, via, application, access, remote control. A computer program for special uses. B, a device that allows you to control a machine from a distance. C, the right or opportunity to use something. D, introduce a new product to the public. E, by means of, through. After you find them, after you find the meanings, you will fill in these blanks with the new words that you learned here. If you don't understand the meanings and the expressions here, you can check it up in your dictionaries. Hello everyone. Now we are going on with 111. There's a reading text about technological devices, the developments of those technologies. I'm reading and you can follow. When people began to make technological devices, they certainly didn't know how much these devices would develop in the future. For example, when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876, he probably couldn't imagine that people would use a mobile phone one day. An Italian engineer, Guglielmo Marconi, invented the radio in 1895. John Logie Baird, who was a Scottish engineer, made the first working television system in 1925. How would they feel if they could see today's radios or televisions? As technology develops, the world develops. Here are some of the most important technological developments. Bell Laboratories made the first video phone in 1969. Martin Cooper, who is an American engineer, designed the first handheld mobile phone in 1973. And in 2000, millions of people began to use mobile phones. In 2009, technology companies made the first smartphone, which performs many functions of a computer. Today, smartphones are everywhere. They are used by people all over the world. As for computer technology, the developments are unbelievable. In 1944, Tommy Clovers designed the first electronic digital computer, which was programmable. In 1973, computer engineers made the first computer which had a keyboard and a mouse. And the first laptop was created in 1983. A British scientist, Tim Berners-Lee, invented the World Wide Web in 1989. 1991 is the year when www became available for everyone. The first wireless internet network started in 2000, and the internet has continued to develop rapidly since then. Now we live in the digital era, and computers are all in parts of our lives.